please welcome Councillor Ignazio Cassis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks a lot to the organizer for this kind invitation to come to this wonderful place in Switzerland, over the mountains between the German-speaking and Italian-speaking parts of Switzerland. It's a great honor and a pleasure for me to be here today, and I will try to tell you something about blockchain and this technology of the future and the work we are actually our daily business in the Federal Department of Foreign Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, reading the news, it seems that we have never encountered as many major challenges as we face today. Globally, some 600 million individuals still live in extreme poverty. Currently, conflicts, crises, and disasters have forced some 70 million individuals to leave their homes. Climate change and species decline are placing human livelihoods under enormous pressure all over the world. At the same time, we can state that never in the history of humankind have humans been better off than today. And never before have knowledge, science, and technology been able to support us more efficiently in addressing today's challenges. It is our duty to harness the full potential of our achievements to help those in need. Let me give you 2 examples of Switzerland's accomplishments in helping to tackle these challenges. Last August, I was in Mozambique to attend the signing of the peace agreement marking the end of the decades-long civil war. Through its good offices, Switzerland made a significant contribution to the conclusion of that agreement. The next day, I witnessed firsthand the scale of the devastation caused by the cyclones Idai in March and Kenneth in April in Mozambique. I was deeply moved by the devastation caused by the 2 tropical cyclones in this country, where poverty is widespread and some 2 million people were affected. I was happy to see that Switzerland was among the first countries to provide assistance. Within a couple of days, Swiss humanitarian rapid responders arrived in Maputo and Beira. In the weeks that followed, 24 Swiss humanitarian aid experts went on 38 emergency response missions to the worst affected areas. They delivered over 20 tons of relief supplies, including well-cleaning equipment, drinking water supply system, multi-purpose tents, and shelter repair kits. In cooperation with the provincial authorities, they also trained local staff in well cleaning, water analysis, and chlorine production. Indeed, 2 Swiss NGOs, Solidar Suisse and Helvetas, are still on site, continuing their water hygiene and health-related rehabilitation work in areas affected by Idai and Kenneth, with financial and technical support from Switzerland. Their efforts ensure the supply of drinking water to approximately 270,000 people. Switzerland's response also included the distribution of multi-purpose tents and shelter repair kits. Tents were used as temporary schools for treatment of patients in cholera clinics and as accommodation for those who lost their homes and belongings. Last but not least, Switzerland seconded experts to the International Organization for Migration. Swiss site planners used drone technology to identify safe areas for resettlement and for infrastructure development of those sites. Some of the sites subsequently became permanent residential areas. Switzerland sent more experts to international organizations. WFP and ICRC receive financial support for their operations. Second example, fintech, may interest you more than the first one, but it is a purpose for me to show both sides of the same work. In this event of humanitarian conflicts such as war, or in the aftermath of natural disasters such as earthquakes, we can support those affected with food parcels, shelter material, or hygiene kits. Today, however, millions of people in need receive humanitarian assistance through financial service providers via ATM cards, mobile money, electronic vouchers, or through blockchain solutions. The use of cash and voucher assistance, as it is known, where we directly provide recipients with cash transfers or vouchers for goods and services, has significantly increased in recent years. Around 16% of total global humanitarian aid today is channeled through cash and voucher assistance. It is often more efficient than traditional humanitarian aid. It also puts affected people in the driving seat, allowing them to choose for themselves how, where, and how to cover their basic needs. A secondary benefit is that they are supporting the local economy at the same time. Swiss humanitarian aid has been providing financial support to its partners using cash and voucher assistance for many years. We have also been supporting these partners by deploying experts in cash assistance from the Swiss Humanitarian Aid Unit. We aim to help them build up their capacity in this area and thus make humanitarian assistance more efficient and effective. As an implementing agency, Swiss Humanitarian Aid was a pioneer in using cash transfer in the 1990s, when we implemented our first cash project in Albania to support people affected by the Balkan Wars. Since then, we have directly implemented 30 projects in a range of countries using financial service providers to support people in crisis. For example, to support Syrian refugees in the Middle East, or those affected by the earthquake in Albania just last November. In Albania, Swiss Humanitarian Aid is implementing an emergency cash pilot project to support families affected by the earthquake. Just 8 days after the earthquake, the first recipients were able to withdraw their cash assistance from a financial service providers. More and more vital aid is now transferred electronically, and more information is being disseminated via the internet. It has become an important channel not only for humanitarian aid, but also for economic development and access to public services. Today, only about 50% of the world's population has access to the internet. The availability of infrastructure, affordable access, and technology are crucial factors in overcoming the digital divide. In the meantime, we can build on existing technologies. Almost 90% of adults in sub-Saharan Africa at least have a mobile phone connection. This allows them to use a whole host of applications with low data transfer rates, as we just saw in the examples for electronic money transfers. Through its international cooperation, Switzerland helps people in need and enables countries and regions to address global challenges. We provide human skills to solve human problems, know-how, ideas, and engagement. We transfer them into technology and investments, working with the private sector and the academic world. Digital transformation is enabling us to reach remote areas and scale up solutions. But even though we are applying technical solutions, it is people's needs that take center stage. Now 2 words about Geneva as a hub of digital governance. Digital technology and digital solution are not only important factors in sustainable development, they also imply new challenges. Unlimited access to information is crucial, as well as privacy of data and individuals. Data collection and data use must follow set rules and must not undermine human rights. Data can in fact be misused and cause harms to individuals. The huge amount of collected data must be safely stored. Misuse of information, data manipulation, and fake news can harm even democracies. 4. Cyber attacks against individuals, companies, infrastructures, and state security are major challenges. These 4 known challenges need to be addressed in order to reduce the risks associated with digital technologies. We therefore need sensible common rules. In other words, digital governance, shared norms and standards. With the pace of digital transformation, while the pace of digital transformation has accelerated, the mechanism for digital governance has not kept pace. Switzerland is strongly involved and committed in international discussions on digital governance. Geneva has become a hub for digital governance. With its international standing, Geneva is an ideal place to discuss common rules among states, companies, civil society, and science. I would like to draw your attention to 3 recent Swiss initiatives, all 3 based in Geneva. The first one is the Cyber Peace Institute. Since last October, Geneva has hosted the newly created Cyber Peace Institute, which aims to achieve a safer cyberspace. This institute is the product of a private initiative. Its core founders are Microsoft, MasterCard, and the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation from the Hewlett-Packard Company. The Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Switzerland is among the institute's other partners. The second initiative is called the Swiss Digital Initiative. Geneva is set to host a new foundation, the Swiss Digital Initiative Foundation. This is a public-private foundation aimed at promoting ethical standards and fairness in the digital world. The board of the new foundation will be chaired by the former Swiss President Doris Leuthard. The foundation will be formally launched at the 50th WEF meeting in Davos next week. And the third initiative I will speaking about is the Geneva Science and Diplomacy Anticipator. It is a foundation who was created early last year, in February, by the Swiss government on my proposal, in close cooperation with the canton and the city of Geneva. It aims to anticipate future digital, biotech, and ecological developments, analyze their impact on society, and put forward specific solutions as to how the global community can best respond. An additional objective is to ensure that the challenges of the 21st century are addressed in Geneva, or in other words, make the international Geneva fit for the future. These 3 initiatives serve to emphasize Switzerland's commitment. Geneva is ideally placed to act as a hub for discussion on the future of the digital world. Switzerland is also committed to providing its good offices in the digital space. Good digital governance is a sound basis for cooperation and trust. The same is true in the field of sustainable development. I invite you to have a look at the climaledger.org internet site. You will find some amazing results produced by researchers using distributed blockchain-based ledger technology. In closing, I would like to emphasize that the necessary technology, know-how, capital, and political responsibility are in place. By joining forces, we can do good. I'm convinced that investments in sustainable development are the most valuable and meaningful endeavor we can undertake. It is an investment in the future of humankind. I therefore invite you to join us in this action. Thank you for your kind invitation.